There's no doubt that Sims 4 in 2024 was messy as usual, but luckily some good things happened too. Today I am counting down to my top best free updates for Sims 4 in 2024. As per my last video, this will not be dealing with any DLC content. Tied for 4th and 3rd place is collabing with other creators and bringing new cast content to the base game. And honestly, this is much needed. The 2014 hairs just don't really hold up. We got a fair few new hairstyles this year, as well as new colors, and we also got new skin details. Now, they have been doing this pretty much every year for the past couple years, but I do think we need to continue to do this. However, I still want to see an improvement of some of the existing content. Some of the textures that are in base game just don't really hold up, honestly, and if they plan for Sims 4 to go on for a while, they need to continue to improve upon that. Still, these were some nice additions, and I think collabing with content creators also is an excellent idea. Of course, we saw collabs with content creators for some of the kits, but I think doing it for base game is actually a great idea. Overall, Sims 4 has the problem where we don't have tons of choice in terms of customization, at least in terms of colors, so we really rely on these updates to get new content that is not, of course, CC. Which of course brings us to our number 2, which is romantic boundaries. Honestly, I think this was a pretty good addition. I do notice some different dynamics in my game because of these. I'm not saying they're perfect, I still wanted a full-blown attraction system added to the base game personally, but I do still think this helps and makes for more realistic dynamics. It also poses the potential for different types of conflict in different storylines. Overall, this isn't fully what I wanted, but I still really appreciate its addition to the game, and it's great that it was added to the game and not just put behind a paywall. Number 1 comes to the update that came before Sims 4 Life and Death expansion pack. We got upgraded ghosts and gravestone customization, as well as making it easier to make occults in Create a Sim. I would argue that one of Sims 4's biggest strengths is its occults, so I'm happy to see an upgrade to something we already have. On that note, I think we could upgrade aliens in the future as well as plant Sims, but of course I'm not necessarily saying they're going to do that. Frankly, I think in order for them to do that, they would need a quote-unquote reason to. What I mean by that is another DLC. As you note, a lot of the major base updates do come in conjunction with expansion packs, and that is just a reality of Sims 4. Not saying I like it, but it is a pattern I definitely have noticed. This is great for storytelling again and different types of gameplay, and honestly, a lot of people aren't going to touch this very deeply, but I think it is a much needed upgrade. However, I would argue there is a tie for first place, and that is the announcement of more people working on bugs for Sims 4. While this is a little while this was not done before, this is so much needed. And the reason being is we need people working on older bugs, such as festivals that are still going crazy, gardening bugs, you name it. And I think what so often happens is they try to fix the newest bugs and they never get to the older bugs. And a huge problem with that is a lot of the older bugs cause some of the newest bugs. So you can see how this is a self-defeating cycle. Now, we have gotten more updates, I think, this past year with more bug fixes, and some of them have been successful. For example, they did make some improvements with My Wedding Disasters once again. However, they have a long way to go, so I am hesitant to fully put this in first place until we see what happens. So let me know what you think in the comments below. What would you say were the best updates for Sims 4 in 2024? And if you are still actively playing Sims 4, what would you most like to see in the next year for free updates? As always, please take care, Happy New Year, and I'll see you in the next one.